at Family Eye Care, Amber Wave, American Family Insurance, Farmers National Bank, Phillips County Health Systems, Phillips County Community Foundation, Phillipsburg Chamber and Main Street, Trinity Ag LLC. And now, here's Tad Feltz.
And good morning. Welcome to Tadpoll for a Thursday morning. No snow to talk about this morning, Tim.
No, thank goodness.
Wow, we'll talk about that in just a minute. I want to mention a couple of things. First, tonight, the Russell 3A girls, that's the semis, at 6 o'clock, Phillipsburg and Norton. That'll be streamed, so you can watch it. If you can't make it, you make it down there. They have a good facility there. Did a lot of basketball games at Russell through the years, and good place to broadcast from. Anyway, Phillipsburg Norton girls tonight streaming at 6 o'clock. At 7:30, it's Hoisington and Southeast Saline Gypsum. And then tomorrow night, 3A boys, it'll be at 6 Beloit Norton and 7:30 Russell and Southeast Saline. And then tonight, Tesket, the 1A Division II tonight is girls semis, 6 o'clock Northern Valley, Thunder Ridge. Yep. And at 7:30, Tesket and St. John's Beloit Tipton. And then tomorrow night, the boys semis at Tesket. Again, it'll be 6 o'clock Northern Valley and Logan Paco. Well, they've seen each other. And Thunder Ridge and St. John's Beloit Tipton at 7:30. So those are the games. And again, it will be streamed tonight, 6 o'clock, about 5:50. You go right at 6? About 10 minutes. Okay, about 10 minutes before. Okay. A couple other things. The Community Church of God, this is Thursday, so they're having their soup. Their Lenten soup. So grab it and go. Just go in. The soups today, Wisconsin cheese and chicken noodle. All right, so go in, get one of each. And that's from 11:30 until 1. All right, so Tim, let's talk about the snow that didn't come. Were you prepared? Did you have to get prepared for that kind of stuff?
We had trucks ready, as we always do. We had things ready to go. We had hoped that we would see exactly what we see this morning, sure, and sun shining and no snow. So our staff is anxious for spring to be here. We have had more snow this year than we've seen in several years, really? and are happy to see it move on.
Okay, what you see the snow, and then you have a system on how you take it somewhere, and what you do. I know you got that. So
basically downtown there, I mean, we collect all the snow into certain locations, and you see the great big piles out there. Once the snow event has ended, we pull the spreaders and plows off the trucks and start loading snow up. And typically it comes out here by the airport. This last snow, it was so muddy that we couldn't. Really? So a lot of it went down by the park, and went off the hill. So this last snow, we were kind of running out of places to put stuff.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
We've had enough for this year, I think.
Okay. Well, they got this predicted for next Thursday morning.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, I'll take some rain.
Okay, yeah, we can take the rain, but the snow, And my drive was terrible. Anyway, I won't get into that. You can't do anything about my drive. That's a private thing.
No, but I'll tell you, this weather has wreaked havoc on a lot of our alleys and some of our our unpaved streets.
Sure.
And I know that makes people frustrated, but they got to give them some time for that frost to come out of the ground and for them to dry up so that we can actually get in there and get them cleaned back up.
Okay, so that's number one. Number two, what about the runway?
All right, so the runway project is scheduled to begin here in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
And we're still finalizing some things there, but the airport's going to be a busy place this year. We've got the runway extending project that'll be starting. We have a new automatic weather system that'll be installed out there as well. Yeah. We've also got a third project that's being put together to remove some power lines over on 183. Sure. That's been an issue for the airport for a long time. So a lot of work going on out there. A lot of money being spent out there this year. We have been fortunate enough to receive a lot of grant money, whether it be through KDOT or through the FAA. We've been very fortunate to receive some good money out of there.
You look at the runway. How much? 1/10 is about what the city has to pay on that. About a tenth of it.
We had a total investment of just a little under $100,000 for The extension, that includes the property acquisition, the design, and construction side of it. So you look at it, the grand total of everything is probably about a $2.5 million project.
Wow.
The city had to pay about $100,000. So
Wow.
we was very fortunate to receive the grants we did.
That's great, amazing.
And our local partnerships with Hanson and Cole and Morgan, without those organizations, these projects would be a whole lot more difficult for us.
And I understand that the life program down at Logan, they've started that. They started tearing things up down there. I'll have Earhart on next week to talk about that. So that's a big
neat project. That is a neat project, and Logan's got some things going on in it. We're anxious to see that project come to light, so that that's a huge improvement for our county as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about the corner up there where Cassie is? Well, I drive by there every day just to look at the concrete. I see how they poured a lot yesterday. They poured a lot on the northwest corner of it. And today they're putting the forms in up next to the highway.
So Casey's is coming along well. I know everybody's very excited to see that store open.
Oh, yeah.
And what we are hearing is we're about 3 to 4 weeks out, and as long as the weather cooperates, they're making great progress. They are a little bit behind because of the weather on the exterior side of the project.
Sure.
But those contractors will probably really ramp it up here the next couple of weeks. So,
wow.
Very exciting. We're very excited to see them get open.
More additions, and of course, next week I'll also be talking about the skyscraper to the north in the Phillipsburg. Isn't that amazing? Boy, that gives us a skyline now, doesn't it?
It does. It's changed the looks of things amazingly. I mean, this winter we spent so much time looking down at the streets and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you start getting a little bit of sunlight and you look up and you're going, where'd that thing come from?
Yeah, right.
But that crane up there is very impressive.
It is. I drove by there last night and looked at it, and of course we have the east side out there, with the Amber Wave. Hopefully I have someone on from them next week with us to talk about. Anyway, that's amazing what we're getting at.
It's huge.
Okay.
A person just don't realize how big it is. I seen a picture the other day with a full-size pickup sitting underneath of it, and I'm just like,
Okay, what about State Street? What's the project? How's that coming?
All right, so State Street's going to start right now. They anticipated we're going to do a pre-con here, I believe, the first part of June, and we'll get that thing started out. So that basically goes from about 8th Street up to 6th Street. That'll be all new concrete pavement, new water lines, and it's going to be a nice addition. We got some areas in there because of the brick underneath there that's really starting to give us some problems. Mm-hmm. So we've been putting Band-Aids on it for a couple of years now, so we're happy to see that project's finally going to get done.
You know where the Band-Aids are when they're driving down the street too,
I'll tell you, anytime you put asphalt on bricks, it is a waiting for problems.
Okay. So how long do you anticipate that
I'm going to guess that if they get started around the 15th of June, which is where I anticipate that you'll probably see that completed. I'm hopeful before rodeo.
Okay, yeah.
That's my hope, because with the rodeo parade and stuff like that, it can create some challenges to reroute some things. But I'm very hopeful that we can have that done by rodeo.
And have you got to figure out how to take care of the businesses that are on there where the work's going to be? That's what's really.
I mean, it's like any other project. There's going to be a lot of inconveniences to the public. We ask that you be patient. Let us get our work done, and we'll try to make that inconvenience as short as possible.
And you have to have inconvenience to make things better. Okay.
We do.
Well, what else is going on? I had a list of things, and what do you have there?
Well, we got a lot going on. So our staff has already started on the campground additions, and right now they're putting the new water lines in, and they'll start hopefully the end of next week putting the new power in. That'll put the campground down there. We'll have 11 campsites with all new water services, 50 amp breakers, so that they can be used year round instead of being very seasonal.
Now, will they all be up above there?
They'll all be on the top side of the park right now.
Okay.
There is some plans to do the other side of that. We're not there yet. We want to get the other side done and have that all put together and see whether the need still exists for us to expand further than that. I'm hopeful that I received some grant money for a new bathhouse up there. That will be a very nice addition up there, and so that would make our campground really pretty nice.
And you can be using that, right? There's a lot of campers in town right now, aren't there?
It is. You know, our campground actually sees quite a bit of usage throughout the year, so these would be nice additions to see. We would also, if our funding gets put in place, where I hope with our grant monies coming in, there is a possibility to put a new bathhouse down at the park itself.
Okay. Wow.
So we've got some new things going on down at the park. We're including Wi-Fi down at the park where you have access to it at the campground and the top area there where the pickleball and basketball courts are. There's discussion right now with CVB about putting a welcome center down there. And that'll just enhance the ability for us to utilize our parking area down there. So some neat things going on down there. We're really looking forward to some of those changes, and just have to wait to see how everything goes. Outside that, I mean, we're starting our busy season. So you're going to see our streets are going to have people with, and we're going to start crack sealing here before too long. We'll also have our street sealing program again this summer. You know, as always, we'll be doing water line replacement. We've got some water lines that are one Band-Aid after another, so we're going to try to get those out of the system and have new infrastructure put in there.
How long have we been down there under the ground, those water lines, some of them?
I'm guessing some of them are 50, 60 years old. Unfortunately, a long time ago, galvanized pipe was a hot item to use. Fast forward 40 years, not such a great idea. The calcifies terrible and also creates issues where it becomes very brittle and very weak. So 2-inch water lines.
What do you put back in?
We put all what they call C900 plastic pipe. We don't do anything less than 4-inch. So our capacity is much better than what we used to. And you know, residents will see increased pressures and better water quality
out of it. You use clay anymore?
You see a lot of clay in your wastewater pipes. But I don't see a lot of it in the freshwater pipes. So, you know, clay is very brittle. So if you tap on it very long, you're going to break it. A couple other things we got coming up here is, as it is that time of year, we will be discussing citywide cleanup. It typically takes place, I believe, the end of April. I would encourage people not to get started too early. We always seem to have that problem every year where, you know, we start getting a little bit of nice weather and people start collecting stuff on the curbs, and then the neighbors get upset, and then you get these nice little letters from us saying that you need to do something from it. We'd really prefer you wait till a week or two beforehand before you start changing the landscape in front of the yard. So outside that, I mean, the city's got a very busy year ahead of them. It won't be long that we'll be looking at opening the Aquatic Center again. I mean, we have interviews for that starting spring breaks in 2 weeks, I believe. So if any of those kids are still looking for something to do for the summer, I think we're still about a half a dozen kids short of being able to fill our team. I know we're still looking for some summer help for the street department as well. So anybody that's looking for a job, come talk to us. And on the job side, I still have a couple of full-time jobs open. So if anybody's looking, please come see us. We'd love to visit with you.
All right. Well, thank you. A lot of things going on.
It'll be a good summer for us. So we're excited.
That's great, and all the what is going on, and hopefully we have rain instead of snow. It's amazing. It didn't last long. I mean, it melted pretty quick, didn't it? You know?
It did, and if we're going to get snow, that's the best way to have it, where it snows one day, we clean it up, and it starts melting right away, and it's gone. So it keeps the roads from being slick and miserable for everybody else.
Okay, so Santa Fe will be closed as of when, probably?
Right now, it's scheduled to be closed approximately the 1st of April.
Okay.
We don't want to close any earlier than we have to. So, but we'll start working that direction once they start breaking ground, and you know, we'll try to get used to the new addition.
And how long do you think it'll be before we'll be able to land usually the 4 anyway?
I am scheduled to have everything done before rodeo.
Okay.
So that's where everything sits right now. Now, Mother Nature could obviously changed that a little bit, but that is where we want everything done, because the airport is scheduled to be part of the Kansas Fly Tour this year in September again.
Oh, that was a neat deal. That's
so we'd
great.
really like to see that be something that gets used.
No. You won't be able to handle 747s, but you'll be able to handle little smaller ones, right?
I don't think we'll be seeing these 747s out here unless there's something quite wrong going on. But we'll see some nice aircraft out here.
That's
and
great.
Our airport's been pretty busy the last couple of years.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for coming on, Tim. I
Anytime.
enjoyed talking to you.
Anytime.
Go around and go, Tim's going to have fun with that. You drive down, you see him working on the sewer, say, there no. You go down in there too? Do you have to? Wow. Okay.
There isn't anything that I don't help with.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tim, and good luck with the snow situation and everything. Okay, next we're going to talk about something special. Well, a lot of things, everything at the hospital is special, but this is something extra special that the Senior Life Solutions got. We'll talk about that with Tara and Cassie after we take this break.
In our area, ranching and farming are more than just jobs. They represent family traditions and a way of life. They are an essential part of our community. At First National Bank and Trust, community is what matters most. From agriculture to education, we support those who make our community one to be proud of and a place to call home. First National Bank and Trust, where community matters most.
We're here for you.
Farmers and Ranchers Outlet is a locally owned and operated business in Phillipsburg, Kansas. As farmers and ranchers ourselves, we continually put our products to the test. We provide a variety of products including roping supplies, horse tack, mineral blocks and feed, healthcare items for your animals, and of course, we have all the apparel you need to get the job done and look good while you're doing it. Stop by our store on Highway 183 or shop with us online at farmersranchersoutlet.com.
The experienced and professional team at Coombs Trucking takes pride in providing the most efficient and reliable service to our customers. From hauling to towing, our fleet of quality trucks and drivers continue to deliver safely and on time. Our team is also proud to support your team. We're here for our Little Leaguers, area high school teams, and more. Coombs Trucking enjoys giving back to the community that has been so important to us for over 50 years.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make a choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
Are you wrestling with your financial situation? Let First National Bank and Trust help you take down the stress that comes with managing your money. First National Bank and Trust is here for our area athletes, here for our farmers, here for our business owners, here for our families, and
We're here for you.
In our area, ranching and farming are more than just jobs. They represent family traditions and a way of life. They are an essential part of our community. At First National Bank and Trust, community is what matters most. From agriculture to education, we support those who make our community one to be proud of and a place to call home. First National Bank and Trust, where community matters most.
We're here for you.
Farmers and Ranchers Outlet is a locally owned and operated business in Phillipsburg, Kansas. As farmers and ranchers ourselves, we continually put our products to the test. We provide a variety of products including roping supplies, horse tack, mineral blocks and feed, healthcare items for your animals, and of course, we have all the apparel you need to get the job done and look good while you're doing it. Stop by our store on Highway 183 or shop with us online at farmersranchersoutlet.com.
And back on the Tadpoll this morning, we're going to talk about the things going on in the Phillips County Health Systems. a big day on Tuesday. Is Cassie Seeman got a special award. We'll talk about that in a moment, and explaining all that. That's about the Senior Life Solutions. Tara's with us this morning, Tara Overmiller, and also Cassie Seeman. Tara, let's talk about Senior Life Solutions. How long have they been out here?
So we have had Senior Life Solutions out at the hospital for just about 5 years. It'll be 5 years this spring. And it is a national program, so it's kind of like a franchise. We pay to bring in their training materials, their model, and their support. And we really worked hard to bring it. I had to really convince the board and the community to take a chance on this program because it was expensive to bring in. And so we worked really hard to justify this program, to buy into it. And the community really supported it. We have volunteers like Howard King, Jim Lanier that drive the city bus to pick up patients because you're supposed to have a transportation system. You're supposed to have a car, drivers, but to keep costs down, that's one way we did it because we really wanted to make this work. So we nickel and dimed every way we could to get this program up and going. And we started with Micah Carey and Katie Heinzen. It was part of our first team. And now we've got Ashley Delaney and Cassie here and Claudette in our team, and they are just doing so wonderful. We've had Tracy Sanson as part of our team until she retired here just this year, and they've really grown and worked hard, and we have served so many patients, providing lots of services, and she can talk about more details of those services, but for 5 years we have been able to provide much needed mental health services here in our tiny community. To be able to bring this national program here has just been wonderful.
Okay. All right, Cassie, now, Tuesday, it was supposed to be a surprise, but I wondered how they were going to get you from where you were to the cafeteria, what excuse, but you kind of heard a little bit about it, did you?
I don't do well with surprises anyway.
Okay.
So, so it worked out okay.
Yeah, we got notified that out of this national program, there are Senior Life Solution programs in hospitals across the nation, and they use therapists like Cassie here, and there are 120 therapists plus PRN therapists, so 180 therapists that are utilized. And Cassie here was selected as Therapist of the Year out of all of those therapists. Yes.
Thank you.
And so I am just thrilled for her.
Sure.
No, she deserves it. Not only does she provide such excellent care, I mean, obviously that's why she is chosen, but also personality-wise, caring-wise, is a large part of why she was selected as well. You know, a wonderful staff member, team member, and that goes a lot into it of when somebody is nominated for those things and getting those votes. You aren't going to vote for somebody who's causing a lot of issues and problems on a team either. So she really cares and provides that great level of service. So when I was notified that she got it, I wasn't surprised, but then I had to keep it a surprise. So we wanted to keep it, and we kept it a surprise until the day before. And we were notifying the chamber members. We wanted to let the community come celebrate with us. And we forgot that Senior Life Solutions is a member. Tracy was a member of Chamber, and they're still on the distribution list for Chamber. So when we notified Chamber, they got told about it. But I'm kind of like Cassie. I'm not a big fan of surprises. I kind of want to make sure I'm dressed nice if I'm going to be in the center of attention and things. So it worked out.
When I'm a member of the chamber, when I saw that, I said, that's getting it out there a little bit there. So anyway, so and also our unit here, what do you call it? The unit program. Is number 2 in all of them, right?
Yeah, so this is the third year. So they also recognize the programs as a whole for Program of the Year. And we have been a finalist, top 5, for 3 years now in a row. And this year we were number 2. And they said the only reason we didn't get it was because of the employee turnover, that Tracy left and Ashley came in. Okay. And I thought we should have got bonus points for that because, Tracy didn't quit and get a job somewhere else. She didn't get fired. She retired. Yeah. And, usually when you have employee turnover, you kind of lose steam and momentum. And they didn't. They kept things going. Ashley has not missed a beat. She has hit the ground running. She is doing so great. So I thought they should have gotten extra credit. But there's next year. We'll keep working. But
Something
3
to work
years,
toward.
to be finalists for that program of the year. But Therapist of the Year was such a wonderful, well-deserved honor. We are so
you.
proud of Cassie for that.
Congratulations, Cassie. Okay, how did you get involved in Senior Life Solutions? Is that part of your training in the background, or how?
So I've been in mental health counseling for 11 years now.
okay,
I worked in community mental health for about 4 years, and then I worked in an inpatient geriatric unit for about 3 years. And I always say I got an email one day from Nashville, Tennessee about a job opportunity in Phillipsburg, Kansas, and I really thought it was spam. But my husband, being this cheerleader he is, he says, call on it, look into this. He says, no way are mental health and geriatrics married in a small community. He grew up in Smith Center, Kansas, and we had been talking about relocating closer to home, and so I made the call, and the rest is history.
Wow.
So
Okay, so how long have you been?
it'll be 5 years in October that I've been with Senior Life Solutions.
Okay.
I've been in the mental health counseling field for 11 years.
Okay, all right, very good. So just what is Senior Life Solutions? I mean,
So Senior Life
I know
Solutions.
you could probably spend the rest of the day talking
about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things.
To summarize it quickly, it's an intensive outpatient therapy program. We work to meet the unique needs of seniors, so typically age 65 and older, that are struggling with depression, anxiety, maybe loss, adjusting to a recent health change or diagnosis, maybe more isolated or going through just some physical health changes, maybe moving into a nursing facility, something like that, that would precipitate need just to have some more support. We work collaboratively with a psychiatrist, Dr. Corey. He's based out of Missouri, and he provides our medication management and oversight. And then I always say we're lucky that we have a multidisciplinary team. So we have, like she said, Ashley Delaney. She's an RN, and she works closely with your primary care physician while you're in the program. And then we have Claudette Graham, who's our office patient coordinator, and she definitely does everything. She keeps everything running. I always say she's the reason I can do what I can do, as well as Ashley and, of course, the clients that we serve.
So how many do you have in the program now? Is there a limit to what you can have?
We can have 10 in group per day, but everybody's at different phases of treatment. So people will titrate, or sometimes people come in at 2 days or 1 day a week. We offer group services 3 days a week and individual services twice a month while you're in the program. We're at 10 patients currently in the program, and we average about 7 to 8 in group per day.
Okay, so is the cost of the people coming in at all, or is it covered
So
by?
we partner with Medicare.
Okay.
And beyond that, we always say it's a case-by-case basis, because you know how insurance
Okay,
goes.
sure. Oh, yeah.
So we evaluate that with each patient individually. We like to say we take all insurances, but not all insurances take us. So if you're interested, or you know somebody that's interested, we definitely will work with you to see if we can get it so that it's no cost out of pocket for you.
If some people ask me a lot of questions about it, I said, well, just contact you or Ashley.
Contact us or Ashley, Claudette, myself
Claudette.
at the hospital. Yep. 785-540-4992 is a contact number.
And we'll be glad to. So, were you surprised when you heard that you?
I was surprised when I opened the email. I texted my husband. I said, I don't think this is right. And then somebody came in, Ashley, said, did you get an email? I said, was I supposed to get an email? I don't know how much I'm supposed to act surprised. But
Go in front of the mirror and practice your surprised face.
I was surprised at the turnout. And
then
just,
they had the turnout, the good dessert there, and
wonderful
balloons
turnout.
for you, everything.
I said it was a big hoopla. That's what
That's great. How were you going to get her up there? What were you going to do to get her up there?
So our Senior Life Solutions regional manager. So like I said, it's kind of like a franchise team. You get a whole network of support that comes in and helps with this program. So she was doing her site visit. And so she took the team out for lunch, and then they were going to come back to my office just to do a visit to see how things were going and do an update.
Sure, okay.
And so they were just going to happen to walk by the cafeteria and,
Yeah, it's great. Anyway, well, again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
Sure, fine. Okay, what else is going on? I know, what's the story on the dialysis? That's the #1 question in Phillipsburg is dialysis.
Yes, we did a feasibility study very recently, and that was in the paper, the results of that. And one of the questions in the feasibility study is what services would you like to see at the hospital? And one of the, I think the top rated service people wanted to see brought in was dialysis. And I think a lot of the driving forces on that is people knew we were working on bringing that in. But I think every time I'm here, we're a little step closer, and that's exciting. We are working really hard on bringing it forward. So we do have our dialysis nurse here on site now. Lisa is her name, and she is truly the definition of hit the ground running. That gal knows what she is doing, and she is making moves. That gal is working hard. So we have our old labor and delivery room is where our dialysis center is, and so that is being converted and is, as every time I go back there, a step closer to that. So water lines are being ran, and we have a date set for the unboxing and unveiling of the machines. You can't get them out of the crates until you're ready to get them hooked up. Because everything has to be systematic when you start running the cultures of the water and the water quality, and all of this stuff is very, very regulated. That water is very regulated. Like, there has to be locks on every door that goes into, so nobody can tamper with the water lines. And I'm learning a lot of stuff. But she's been, started with working on the policies and procedures. Those are done and uploaded into our system. She's working on compliances. She's getting the materials have been processed and ordered. We're working on our physicians to make sure they can place the lines. Every time I see her, she's got a laundry list of things that she has already accomplished and the next step that she needs me to do. And most honestly, things are Greek to me when she says things. I just say, okay, whatever you need, I'm here to support you, and I trust you 100%. That's why we hired you, because I don't know what you're saying. She says words that I'm not a medical person for a reason. I don't have a nursing background. I definitely don't have a dialysis background. But we've identified, I think, some of the nurses in our facility that are going to be wonderful to train on dialysis. They have a hunger and an interest in it that we think are going to be strong to carry this out and train on. So she presented at our board meeting this past week, and she predicted that we'd be up and going in about 2 months to be able to perform dialysis on inpatients. So if they present it into our ER or inpatient care. Now, it takes a lot longer for people to say that you're allowed to do outpatient care because of regulations. So we'll work on getting accredited, work on getting our license and all of that. And once we get the green light, we'll be ready to do that.
That's quite a list of regulations to get so you can do that.
It is. It's a huge amount. We will likely use a consulting group to help us with that, because even as experienced as she is and a go-getter that she is, that list is daunting. So we'll probably use a consulting group to help us get over that next hurdle to get the accreditation on that, because for one person to do all of that is quite an undertaking. But she's just been a lifesaver, honestly, to help us with it. And Alex Cotton, APRN on our group, has done a lot of the legwork. And, Lisa has really sung Alex's praises. For somebody who had no dialysis experience to do so much of the policies and do so much of the legwork and to get so much of it done to this point, we really have to commend Alex for how much she did to get it up to this point.
Anything else going on?
Well, it seems like we always have, it seems like, so much new stuff going on. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm trying to think, colon cancer month. So I know we always are trying to push colonoscopies, reminding people to get those this month. We've got 3 surgeons that come in that do those. So if you're over the age of 45, it's a great time to get those colon screenings. It's an easy process to do. You can get them here locally. So those are a good thing to get done. I think we hit a record number of patients seen at the clinic yesterday. Nancy Johnson sent out an email this morning. So usually we hit those records during school physicals because we have those school buses of kids that come in. And so to hit that on a random March day was pretty exciting. So we are definitely busy. We're seeing a lot of patients, and we really appreciate the community and people choosing us for their healthcare needs.
Well, we appreciate everything being done, I happen to know a little bit about it since I'm on the board, so I kind of, it's amazing since I've been on the board, what has happened at the hospital and everything?
Lots of wonderful things. So excited for our future. Healthcare is tricky. One thing that I will say, healthcare careers is something that we're really focused on. Right. Since we're here at the school, it kind of triggers me on that. There are so many opportunities for the youth. We're really committed to growing our own here. So we're looking at how can we get students into our facility, how can we get them started when they're in high school. They can achieve a lot of certifications, make good wages. We will pay for their training. We'll pay for them to get certifications in lab, in nursing, so many things. They can get scholarships. They can have their tuitions paid or reimbursed if they come back to work. Sometimes they can even get online training and stuff and not have to go away for school. And there are such a wide variety of careers, and they are so needed. And I didn't know how many jobs there were and so many variety of careers there were when I was looking at jobs. I knew there were nurses, and I didn't know, there was accounting careers, there was administration careers, there were marketing careers, nursing, lab, respiratory therapy. We're really looking at a lot of on-the-job training, especially in our lab department. So if people have some of those interests in sciences, they can get really strong, good careers where we sponsor that training, we sponsor that schooling. We have really competitive wages, and I think we're a pretty great place to work. We're fun to hang out with. Yeah, so I got to put that plug in. If you're interested in working with us, we're hiring. I know Tim said he was hiring at the end. We're also hiring.
Okay. Again, congratulations, Cassie, and thanks for coming on. We'll have you on again.
Yes,
I know we'll do this. We're going to be talking with Morris Engle in just a moment after we take this break.
At Phillips County Health Systems, patient-centered excellence is more than a goal. It's a mission. And that's why we continue to be one of the top critical access hospitals in the country. We care for members of our community through all stages of life, providing quality health care, innovative rehabilitation therapies, and convenient access to specialists. It's the kind of care our patients should expect, the kind of care you deserve, the kind of care provided at Phillips County Health Systems.
Prairie Horizon Agri-Energy is now Amber Wave. We are transforming our existing facility in Phillipsburg to turn 20 million bushels of wheat into domestically produced wheat protein for use in the food and feed-related industries. This investment in the community will come together in the summer of 2023 and is expected to add 50 new jobs to the local community. Learn more at amberwaveusa.com. Amber Wave, vital, reliable, sustainable.
The American dream has changed over the years, but Farmers National Bank has not. This is Jean Ann Wagner. Farmers National Bank has been backing the American dream for over 100 years. Tell us what you'd like to accomplish, and we'll work with you to achieve it. As we celebrate 100 years, it's never been about us. It's always been about our customers and their successes. That's the American dream. We're Farmers National Bank in Phillipsburg, Agra, Logan, Kensington, Stockton, and Atwood, member FDIC.
Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance in Phillipsburg wishes you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Shop hometown, locally owned Olive Bovey for the holidays. Find savings on Lazy Boy recliners, sofas and love seats, Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid appliances, and Forever Bedding, Justice, and Rasonic Bedding, and bedroom furniture. Olive Bovey also offers one of the region's largest selection of floor covering. They thank you for making 2021 a great year. Olive Bovey Furniture and Appliance, West Highway 36 in Phillipsburg.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
At Phillips County Health Systems, patient-centered excellence is more.
And Morris Engle joined us this morning, Phillips County Community Foundation. Morris, thanks. And it's been a while since we've had to talk. What's happening at the Fisher Building now?
Well, lots going on, and I just wanted to tie into your last guest. We, as you know, just approved a grant to the Retirement Center for CNA, CMA tuition training.
Right.
So we're hoping to help alleviate the shortage in that.
And
that's
it is a shortage in health now.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, every level is important, whether you're the, so anyway, so
we help them. And every once in a while, we get a request from the hospital and we've helped them with the mammogram. We help them with that.
We help rebuild the microscope in the lab. We've done the flooring in the labs and different things.
Okay, so what's going on with the foundation?
Well, we're trying to. In the foundation, we're up and running again. We've got our. We've had our Match Your Money month every year, and we built that endowment. And now this year we have $38,500 to give back to the county in the form of grants. So see how it's building and those earnings.
Now, is that the interest from what we've invested?
And dividends.
Dividends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the earnings from that. So
the stock market kind of playing a little. Well, it goes up and down.
It does. Well, the good thing is they take a 3-year running average. So we've got 20, 21, 22 to average in there, so that kind of balances out.
And we have someone who's doing it. And
it's professional. Right.
We don't go up there and work late at night figuring out, hey, look at this one here.
Or listen to somebody say, hey, have I got a deal for you? No, it's all professionally managed.
So that's $38,000 we can do there.
Right. And then, of course, the Hansen Foundation is giving us $25,000 in the spring and $25,000 in the fall. So with those two, we're close to 100.
That's for matching.
That's a community grant fund.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that doesn't have anything to do with the match. Yeah, that's just a plain old community grants. So we're starting the year with about $100,000 to help projects.
And in our total amount, we have value now. How much over that we can draw on, and every year we buy things.
Right.
Is that for public?
Well, we're proud of it.
Okay,
so
How much?
We're again, it's a little bit depends on the fluctuation in the market, but about 825,000. So I think this year we're going to reach $1 million. I hope.
That's what and the dividends from that is what.
And every year, and it'll just move forward with our rolling average, and we'll have more.
What else has happened?
Well, I want to invite anybody who needs a temporary workspace. We have what we call the remote zone, and right down the hall from the foundation office, we have a small office that has Wi-Fi access, a table or a workspace for you. We have a printer. There's a coffee maker. So, this week we've already had 4 people using it. So it's getting more known, but we want to, somebody coming through that's needing to stop and take a break with their work and get on their computer and do some stuff, they can come in there and be comfortable and have access to the room and the Wi-Fi, and then of course there's always the restrooms, and then go on to their next appointment, whatever. Or someone, some of our rural residents experience some sketchy Wi-Fi, so they come in and use it too, and that's good too.
Okay, so anything else?
Well, I just want to encourage projects, clubs, groups that want to do something this year. Go to, put a project together, get a budget, and then go to Phillips County Community Foundation.org, and then you'll find the For Grants tab, and scroll down and do it.
And you have to be what is there?
Well, it has to be a nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
It's easiest if you're already a 501c3.
Okay.
But you can go, if it's a truly charitable purpose, you can go under the foundation. We invite you on the internet to apply, and it works pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
So if if a group wants to do something exciting this year, why we hope we can help.
And I know you don't have the list here. Just some of the things that you helped last year. We maybe talked. I should have had you bring the. There's a lot of things in there. But
many things.
I mean, it's not. Some people say that it's great for Phillipsburg. It's not. It's Phillips County.
Yeah,
we've done a lot in all the other communities.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've helped Logan with their swimming pool, their signage. We helped with their protective gear for their fire department. There's a basketball court that the kids play on by the Catholic Church in Logan that we've helped refurbish. Prairie View, we've helped with the park, the picnic tables. You know, you just go to any community. We've had a
Logan and England. And, Kerwin and you know.
Right, Kerwin has they're refurbishing their playground. We've helped with some equipment. They have a wellness center there that we've helped supply the equipment in
the
there.
Firemen, you know.
Right. So yeah, more protective gear. And one thing that you don't realize is that it's like with anything technology, that protective gear gets dated, and then they have new materials, new air filters and all that kind of stuff. So the guys need protection, and we've helped update those in several communities, and we're proud of that too.
Well, anything else you want to share this morning? I know you're busy.
Well, I haven't even told the board because I just found out about this yesterday or day before yesterday, but the Patterson family in Kansas City, who used to own the Cerner software, software, they've sold that, and they've put all their money in a large foundation out of Kansas City, and they want to do things to help all around the state. So this year, in 2023, when we do our Match Your Money month, it's going to be your match will be doubled, because the Patterson Foundation will give us another $50,000.
Oh, wow.
So we can. So if you're used to giving $100, you're really giving $300.
Wow.
So that'll be in October. We'll make a big.
That's a fun month.
Yeah.
That's a busy
well,
month.
it's a busy. Yeah.
With the golf.
The wacky golf and all that. But it's really going to be. This is going to give us a shot in the arm.
Oh yeah.
Just for the excitement to say, hey, we're not only doubling, you're tripling our money.
Is that going to be a yearly thing, or is that just one time?
It's at least for 23. So we're.
All right. Wow.
I think they'll depend on how many foundations take advantage of it. You know.
Yeah. No, we have a little bit of time. What about someone out there wants to get, and we have people who have given money and they can tell us. How does that work? Does it contact you if someone has if they want to start something, and then you?
Right. If well, we would encourage you to work with your attorney, planning your estate.
Okay.
Yeah, and then designate the Phillips County Community Foundation. But if you're already, if you have a donor advised fund, which is another kind of a pre-death situation, and you can specify, and then you put the money in the community foundation. We invest it for you properly, and then as grant opportunities come up, then you can make suggestions. Say, hey, I would like $1,000 out of my DAF, my donor advised fund, to go to whatever project they may have identified. Or we can call them and say, hey, we're needing a little help to make this one work. We don't have quite the money, and put it together.
And so Phillips County is pretty fortunate with Hanson and Cole and all that. I mean,
yeah, we're very blessed.
All that. We're very, very fortunate.
And as you know, many times we've had to kind of put a smorgasbord of funding together. And Cole and Morgan have been great to work with us on saying, okay, we'll do this and this if you can do that. So we have a good working relationship.
Of course, Hanson and all.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I don't know. We heard that they started their project down there now. They've torn up the baseball field, I guess, for that life.
Yeah, the senior or the.
Where they have the home, they got the home and the school all together.
Right.
What's the official name on that? It's
is it the New Life Center or something like that?
New Life Center.
Yeah. Well, it'll be exciting to see it go up and be engineered and then open, and it'll benefit The whole town.
They're talking about building houses and everything down there. I mean, it's
Right, they have
so people who come there will have a place to live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're facing that here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Wow. Okay. Well, anything else, Morris?
We do have a couple of offices available for rent in the Fisher Building.
Okay.
So if a business is looking for a location, we're right downtown.
Very convenient.
Very convenient. It's ADA accessible. We've got janitorial service, trash, all that. So, and our rates are pretty reasonable. We just think it's an economic driver for Phillips County, and so we have 2 small offices downstairs, and we're anxious to show them. And
just contact you.
Yeah, just come in,
right, okay.
or Caleb Breon
Sure.
at the Economic Development Office. He's really our building manager, but either one of us will take your call and give you a quick tour.
And that's there for rent there. So,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just sit there, and I'll tell about some. I wanted to mention the Hypertension Awareness Prevention Project that the Extension, Kansas City Extension, is doing. It's eligible, it's 18 or older, diagnosis of HTN, interest in readiness for the program. Anyway, if you think you might be interested in this, their first meeting is March 6, 5:30 at the Phillips County Annex. I had Cindy Walker on last week. She couldn't make it this morning. That's why you're here. Okay.
We're going to have a talk.
I know. Yeah, I know. So that's why. It's next Monday night, 5:30, Phillips County Annex. And if you're more interested, contact them. This is a great program, Hypertension Awareness and Prevention, hypertension program. Okay, next week we have Mike Earhart is going to be here to talk about the life.
Oh, great!
thing.
Yeah,
He's going to be here to talk about that at Logan, and also we've invited Tamco and also Amber Wave to be next week, and we'll see if they make it or not. To kind of see what that big building out there.
Those
Is that going
cranes.
to be a parachute training thing or something out there?
We'll have to tune in to find out.
Wow. Of course, the building going on out there, it's amazing. And Casey's in about 3 weeks, there'll be a lot of things going on. Okay, I mentioned one more time, streaming tonight basketball, the Russell 3A girls. Tonight, it's the semis at 6 o'clock, Phillipsburg, Norton, streaming, about 10 till 6 in that area. And then at 7:30, the other half of that, a semi, Hoisington and Southeast Saline Gypsum. Tomorrow night, Phillipsburg's not there, but I'll just mention that Russell 3A semi tomorrow night. Boys, Beloit, Norton at 6, 7:30 Russell, Southeast Saline Gypsum. And then, of course, the finals will be Saturday night in Russell. In the Tesket 1A Division II tonight, girls, semis, 6 o'clock, Northern Valley, Thunder Ridge. At 7:30, Tesket, St. John's Wood, Tipton. And then Tesket tomorrow night on the boys, 1A Division II, semi, 6, Northern Valley, Logan, Palco, and Thunder Ridge, and St. John's Wood, Tipton. So the old Cheyenne Conference is not, a lot of them will be there. A lot of these teams playing there. So
Great.
Okay, well, more thanks again.
Thank you.
For
Thanks for
coming on.
serving on our board and all the board members.
Yeah, the board. Yeah, that's fine. I look forward to coming there because we come in and look at the grants and a lot of
see what's going on,
and
and then you can help by giving other people's money away.
That's for sure. Okay, we'll see you next Thursday morning, 9 o'clock, here on the Tadpoll.